caller on the line. We've got John in Michigan. John, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. Happy New Year to you. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you? Happy New Year.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Visa is the stock that you want to take a look at. Tell everyone what you're doing and how I can help you.
It's just a long-term hold, and it's one of those that I have in my wife's portfolio.
Okay.
She's a blue chip gal, and so it's one of those things you think people are going to, with $20 trillion in federal debt, and who knows how many trillion in, personal debt that people have, you think they're always going to be using those cards.
It's better than Bitcoin, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so they will. So from what I can share with you on this chart here is, for all intent and purposes, Visa should have formed a nice bottom back on the 24th, 26th out here. It made the ideal pattern, which was price was moving lower, doing less relative energy, just as it did up at the high out here on October 1st. And then that big whopper of a day, December 26th, was a really nice bullish sign for this chart. What you don't want to see Visa do is you don't really want to see it close below Stevie's red line, which is 129 and change, 129.88 out there. If it does, what it says to me, John, is just like the market, we're going to go back and retest the lows from the 26th. But this is a long-term hold. I didn't ask you where you were in. I hope it's since it's your wife, it's from way back when. But if it's, go ahead.
It is way back when, yes.
Yeah. So at this stage, just like the market, I can say that the market generated across the board beautiful bottoming signals. It just did it at the wrong time. It's like if you do the right thing at the wrong time, you can get slaughtered. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that is what is going to unfold here. The reason why it's the wrong time, two reasons. One, and I don't know about this for the case of Visa, but the general market, is we are still trading below the close of last year. And if you go back over the last 100 years and you see what happens there, it says we go back and we retest these lows out here. It says you can also bust through them. Doesn't say for how long you stay down through there, but we're in this very precarious time frame where in a normal circumstance, if the market was moving higher, we would say be ready for a pullback. That's the seasonal tendency. So, John, does that help you out?
Yeah, my thought, Steve, was maybe just to,
Stay on through the break. Stay on through the break for me, if you would, and then we'll get that last thought, and we'll close out the new year with John in Michigan.
Okay.
Go Blue. What happened to them?
They got blown out.
They said we're on the line with John in Michigan, commiserating about the Michigan Wolverines. Although maybe you're a Michigan State fan, I don't know which or neither. But
we're Michigan. We're Michigan.
They did get their butts kicked by University of Florida, so which actually worked out to my advantage because my daughter going there, and actually she drove up for the game, so she had a good time. But finish your last thought here while we have just a minute or so left.
Well, I was wondering if I should just take some profits here. Right now I wouldn't do it today because I had to pay taxes on it, but perhaps take profits and buy it back later if it's going to take a whack.
I wouldn't, so here's something to consider, and it's this chart right here. You said it's a long-term holding. It's a monthly chart for Visa, and if you've held this for a while, you would need to see it close on a monthly basis below 123.14. I'm not saying that it's not going to go back down there and test that, but if it's a long-term hold, it may not. I mean, it did what it was supposed to do. It's made a nice bottom. On a monthly chart, it came back and tested the bottom of its profile, 123.14. It has not closed below the bottom of a profile for a long time out here, at least 7 years that we're looking at, and probably longer. So I would, well, it can't be too longer because of when the IPO was. Long-term, that's not what the charts are telling me. Okay?
Okay.
Did I lose you?
Well, hey, I really appreciate your insight, and you have a great New Year.
All right, we'll do that. We'll do that. And thanks for calling. Much appreciated.